Alrighty guys, in today's video we're going to be installing one of these aftermarket adjustable rev limiter CDI boxes on this 125cc Chinese pit bike. We're going to go through each one of the functions, the different RPM ranges, and see what it sounds like, do a sound test. This pit bike is an Apollo 125. It's got an FMF exhaust on it and a NIBBI carburetor. I'll leave a link to the NIBBI carburetor in the description, and I'll also leave a link to one of these adjustable CDIs in the description. You can probably get it on Amazon for dirt cheap, just like we did. So, a few things. There is two different variations of these CDI boxes. This happens to be a 6-pin CDI box. There's also 5-pin CDI boxes, and this is also going to be an AC style CDI box. So there's AC and DC CDIs. The DC ones are what you see on a lot of units with electric start and mopeds of the GY6 variety. So a pit bike like this doesn't have any voltage regulator or electric start on this application. This is an AC CDI box. If you guys need help identifying what you have, I can make a video on that specifically. But for this purpose, this is going to be an AC CDI box. When you go to order these from Amazon, make sure you guys get the right one. And look at the description to make sure it's an AC or a DC depending on your application. 6 wires on this one, 2 different plugs. A 5-pin is only going to have one connector. Like I said, you're going to have to verify on your machine before you buy one of these, because like I said, there's a 5 or a 6-pin. There might even be 4 pins on some of the DC units. You guys will see the little switches here. There's 4 different little switches. When you go to purchase this, some of them might have the little cheat sheet of what each one does on the side, or in one of the pictures on the Amazon product page, you'll be able to see what exactly each setting does and how to set it up, because you have to do a variation of different ones up, ones down, 3s up, 4s down, just kind of variations to get the RPM setting that you want. And that's all outlined in depending on, like I said, which box you get. So I will go through, show you guys what I have to do on the bike itself to get it installed. It's very straightforward. I'll show you just kind of the fasteners you gotta take off, plug and play, and then we'll start tweaking on the adjustments and go through each one of the RPM settings. You're gonna wanna take the rear fasteners out of the seat, which I don't know if you guys can see, but they're up in there. They're gonna be 2 bolts with perhaps nuts on the back side of them. So you're gonna wanna take those 2 out. You're gonna wanna take this one out. There's gonna be one here, and then one down in this corner, one down in that corner. It may differ a little bit on the front depending on what style of bike you have, but it's all, basically this whole assembly is one piece. So if I can do this one-handed, you can see that just comes right off. And you're left with a bare bike. And your CDI box is going to be located usually in the center somewhere up here. Got our connectors. You can see I've unplugged the old one and removed it already. Our new aftermarket box is going to get plugged in right here. Like I said, if you have a 5-pin, you'll typically have just one plug. This is a 6-pin, so you got 2 plugs. We're not going to fully mount this CDI box just because we'll be doing some adjustments, but it would get in there something like that. You might have to do a little modifications to the mounting location. Maybe some zip ties in this case, like we have, just to kind of keep it secure once you have it set. But for our purposes, just doing a tutorial on this, we're going to leave the plastics and seat off, and we'll just run the bike, for lack of a better terms, naked. So I'm going to plug this CDI box in. I'm going to set it up for 4,000 RPM, which is going to be the first setting, I believe, or like I guess the lowest setting of RPM. We'll go through and we'll just kind of gradually go up from there. Alrighty guys, so I have the 4,000 RPM rev limiter set. The 4,000 RPM is going to be numbers 1, 2, and 3 down, number 4 up. When you guys are looking at the instructions, chances are the picture is going to be backwards from what the text says it's supposed to be. So if you put whatever it says into the box and you push the buttons and it's wrong, look at the text portion, not the actual picture, and do what it says written out. So I'll put on the screen what each one is so you guys can follow along, but this is 1, 2, and 3 down, 4 up, 4,000 RPM rev limiter. FMF pipe is so throaty on here, it barks. Next is gonna be, I believe, 6,000, and we'll move on to that. 1 goes up, 2 and 3 go down. So, yep, 1 goes up, 2 and 3 go down. Okay, so 6,000, number 1 is up, the rest of them are all down. Let's see what this one does. So that's 6,000 right there. So 7,000. 1 and 3 go down. Okay. 1 and 3 go down, 2 up. Not a big difference between 7,000 and 6,000. Next, I believe, is 8,000. Yep, so that should be it. 1 and 2 up, 3 and 4 down for 8,000 RPM. So there's 8,000 RPM, guys. 1 and 2 down, 3 up, 4 down. Yep, 1 and 2 down, 3 up, 4 down. Should be 9,000 RPM. Kickstarter again. Yeah, you can tell 9,000 is definitely higher RPM, for sure. I believe the last one we're gonna do, well, there's actually another setting for no RPM limit at all. I'm not gonna do that one, that's pretty self-explanatory. It's not gonna rev limit at all. The next one is a timing change curve, apparently, from 14,000, or 3,000 to 14,000 RPM. So, that's gonna be this one. So it's 1, 2, and 3 down, 4 goes up. Yep, so 1, 2, 3 down, 4 goes up. It's basically, it's supposed to be a timing curve change, which should help acceleration in a normal application, I guess, for performance. So we're gonna try that out. That's the one where it's rev limiting at about 14,000, I think. Probably gonna set it back to the 9,000 RPM, guys, so you can hear that. I'll move the camera a little bit closer. Hopefully it won't distort the audio too bad. But that is basically the adjustable CDI box. I think we paid like $10 for it, if I had to guess. I think the favorite setting of mine is actually not listed, I don't believe, in the cheat sheet. And that's gonna be 1 and 2 down, 3 and 4 up. That thing seems to bark like a 250 motocross bike. Has a really quick rev limiter on it. I'm gonna start it up. I'll show you guys the sound test of it. Let me know what you guys think. We went through all the different ranges. Try one of these out for yourself. It's a cool little upgrade or modification, whatever you want to call it. Dirt cheap. I think they're 10 bucks. I'll have a link to an Amazon product in the description, and I'll leave one in the pinned comment as well. Make sure you guys go check that out. We're going to start it up one last time, do a rev limit of that one, and that's going to be it for the video. Alright, now that we've officially beat on the Chinese pit bike for a bit here, rev limiting it, I think we can call this video done. Make sure you leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below if you guys have tried one of these for yourselves and what you think of them. There's a couple other variations of these on Amazon. I'm going to try one other one with an adjustable timing curve, and we'll do some performance testing, I think, this spring and summer with some carburetor tuning as well with the NIBBI. Trying to make these pit bikes go as fast as they possibly can and have the best performance. I think for the $10 investment for one of these, it's just cool just to have a rev limiter on your pit bike. You know, just for 10 bucks, might as well. You can always swap it back out to your stock CDI if you don't like it, but I think it's worth the gamble at 10 bucks. Make sure you guys go check one of these out. We'll see you in the next video.